UIM ABP AquaBike World Championship returned to inimitable Ibiza for the Grand Prix of Spain in a brand new venue, San Antonio de Portmany, as over 130 of the world's top aquabike talent from 26 countries converged on this beautiful Balearic Isle for round one of the 2022 season, where they competed in the ski division GPs 1, 2, and 3, Ski Ladies GP1, Runabout GP1, 2, and 4, Runabout GP4 Ladies, and Freestyle. In this program, we bring you all the Runabout and Freestyle highlights from the Grand Prix weekend. San Antonio de Portmany is an ideal location for water sports, holidaying, and relaxation, boasting kilometers of incredible beaches and turquoise Mediterranean waters that make this one of the most stunning coastlines in Europe. San Antonio de Portmany has a truly vibrant cultural life and art scene, with anything and everything on offer, from exquisite restaurants and cafes with incredible vistas under sunny skies to idyllic white houses, fortified churches, and the impressive Renaissance walls of Dalt Villa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, all of which makes San Antonio de Portmany a popular year-round tourism destination. San Antonio also features a kicking nightlife that begins in the evening on the Sunset Strip, centered around iconic venues like Cafe Mambo, which hosted the AquaBike Freestyle show and where some of the world's top DJs play. It was the perfect venue for a UIM ABP Grand Prix, as the AquaBike family was welcomed to San Antonio in style, with crowds gathering to meet the riders and enjoy the show, as Ibiza once again became the capital of aquabike, 8 years since hosting the UIM ABP event in Playa d'Embosa in 2014. The Grand Prix of Spain circuit was another classic UIM ABP challenge with tight technical stretches and challenging waters for riders of all categories.
The condition today is good. Before it's windy, a little bit windy, a little bit wavy, but now it's a little more flat, and I think it's more good for the qualification.
Runabout GP1 is the premier blue ribbon event of aquabike, with the biggest, fastest, and most powerful runabout skis. The Runabout GP1 field in San Antonio de Portmany boasted 24 riders, including some of the best riders from all over the world. There was a whole fleet of world champions, including the two-time and defending world champion from France, Jeremy Perez, who took the world titles in 2019 and 2021. He wants to add a third trophy to his collection in 2022, but he had to overcome some serious misfortune after a fire gutted his workshop, leaving him with only 2 workable skis to bring to Ibiza.
We're happy to come back again on the World Championship. I'm coming here not really in good condition, because we have some trouble with our racing ski, the new one. Burn everything fire, so we lose our racing new ski. And so we don't have nothing more, new parts, everything, so we lose everything. So I come back with the old one, but I want to do my best here in Ibiza. It's a place that I like a lot. I'm coming here 2014 and I get second here. So it's a good place, really nice, and I hope to do something good.
Taking the fight to Perez is 5-time world champion Yusuf Al Abdulrazak of Kuwait, an exceptional racer looking to extend his record world title haul to 6 in 2022.
It's amazing. Ibiza is always a nice place to come, and as you see, the weather is amazing. We don't know what everyone has for the season, and we'll do our best. It feels good. We just finished the practice. Everything is good with the ski. Just I didn't ride the ski for a while, and just getting used to the handling of the racetrack. We'll do the pole position later on and see how it goes with the timing, and then we can adjust after that for the Moto1.
A rider looking for his first world title is Danish ace Markus Jorgensen, who has finished on the year-end podium twice, but with reliability issues hampering his chances of taking the top step so far. Would he find the consistency to get him through to the happy result he craves in 2022?
I'm excited for the new season here. I hope we're gonna have some more rounds than the last couple of years, so it can be a whole tour, and I hope we will finish all the motos. That has been my problem the last couple of years with electronic problems, and got some DNF because of sensor or water in the sensor. So I hope we are finishing everything this year, and I think it's going to be a good season.
The Runabout GP1 field was jam-packed with talent, including 2012 world champion Francois Midori, young Swedish rider Samuel Johansson, Hungarian juggernaut Georgi Kasha, Rasmus Koch Hansen, and Alejandro Molina, to name a few. Moto 1, the first of two motos that would decide the Grand Prix of Spain title, it got underway with a customary parade lap where riders greeted crowds and warmed up their engines for the 25 minutes plus one lap battle ahead. The starting grid, Markus Jorgensen has pole position and the inside lane advantage after a lightning run in the qualifying time trials with a surprising name in P2, Rasmus Koch Hansen of Denmark, Yusuf Al Abdulrazak starting in P3, Samuel Johansson P4, Jeremy Perez in P5, and Georgi Kasha P7. The rolling start and Moto 1 is underway. Great start for the top three riders, Jorgensen, Hansen, and Al Abdulrazak, as they charge down that opening straightaway to the green hole shots. Al Abdulrazak getting squeezed by Samuel Johansson on his right as he tries to keep up with the two leading riders to his left. And it's Rasmus Koch Hansen who takes the early lead and is first to the hole shot. Just behind him, Markus Jorgensen is neck and neck with Jeremy Perez. Hansen leads the field into the split course where the riders get to choose either the blue track or the green. Hansen opting for the green and Markus Jorgensen taking the blue as the two Danish riders take each other on in a slalom duel for the Moto 1 lead here in the opening lap. Hansen comes out of the split with lead intact. Behind him, it's Markus Jorgensen in second position with Jeremy Perez in third as they give chase to Rasmus Koch Hansen. Behind them is a fight between Yusuf Al Abdulrazak and Samuel Johansson for fourth place, the young Swede giving the five-time world champion from Kuwait a tough fight. As the opening lap is completed, it's Rasmus Koch Hansen with a dream start to Moto 1, leading the race, followed by his fellow Dane Markus Jorgensen, then Jeremy Perez, Samuel Johansson, and Yusuf Al Abdulrazak completing the top five here in the waters off Sant Antoni de Portmany, Ibiza. Into the second lap, and Samuel Johansson charging through the parallel split course, coming out of the blue track. This is close. Can he beat Jeremy Perez? Johansson does it. The young Swede moving up into third as Perez has a spin out, but quickly gets back on track to give chase. Behind the lead riders, it's former world champion Francois Midori of France in sixth, and Spanish rider Alejandro Molina in seventh. The top five, Rasmus Koch Hansen in the lead, Markus Jorgensen in second position, followed by Samuel Johansson third for an all-Scandinavian top three, followed by Jeremy Perez fourth and Yusuf Al Abdulrazak fifth. In the split course, Markus Jorgensen seeks his opportunity to pass Hansen, racing hard and tight through the split slalom track, but Rasmus Koch Hansen is faster, charging out of the split course with the lead. In the final few laps, Rasmus Koch Hansen makes a critical error, a missed buoy, and that means he will be penalized. There it is, he goes straight over the red turn buoy. That could cost him dearly with Jorgensen and the other fleet of riders close behind on Hansen's tail. Hansen needs to take the black penalty buoy before the end of the race, otherwise his possible race win would be in jeopardy. Hansen in the last stretch, the Danish rider will cross the finish line in first, but without having taken the black penalty buoy, he will be bumped down several positions, giving the actual race win to Markus Jorgensen. In second place is Samuel Johansson, who manages to hold off Jeremy Perez in third. Yusuf Al Abdulrazak finishes fourth, Francois Midori fifth, Alejandro Molina sixth, Hansen ends up seventh, and Georgi Kasha eighth.
Yeah, I got a good start. Rasmus have a really fast boat, you know, so he closed me off at the start. I was chasing him pretty good all moto. I saw he missed the buoy and he didn't pick up the penalty buoy, so I just watched my back. Nobody came from me, and I want to save myself and the ski for tomorrow, but I'm excited.
The freestyle discipline is one of the most popular and entertaining divisions in the UIM ABP AquaBike Class Pro World Championship, where riders train for years to produce nothing less than aquabatic magic, doing things with an aquabike that you can only imagine, making it look easy. The rider who stands out in the field is Rashid Al Mullah of the United Arab Emirates. Al Mullah's UIM ABP career is impressive to say the least. He's been world champion the past 4 years running, winning every single one of the 22 motos and 10 Grand Prix he's entered. Simply astounding. He's back in 2022 to kick off his bid for a 5th world title. There are 4 other riders competing in round 1 in San Antonio de Portmany, including Portuguese rider Paulo Nunes and 3 Italian riders, veteran Alberto Camerlengo, newcomer Massimo Accumulo, and the multiple world runner-up and European and national Italian champion Roberto Mariani. Massimo Accumulo led the field, going out first on the turquoise waters off San Antonio de Portmany in both motos, putting together a good display that earned him 16 points for both motos for 32 points overall, as he put together some nice tricks and interacted well with the crowds. Portuguese rider Paulo Nunes kicked things off with a good series of 360s, bower rolls and backflips, doing well in both variety and execution with a solid routine that earned him 18 points from both motos for a total of 36 points. Veteran Italian rider Alberto Camerlengo was in fine form, producing solid tricks and a very impressive quintuple backflip series with good power, rhythm, and execution in both motos that earned applause from the Spanish crowd. Roberto Mariani, the multiple Italian and European continental champion and also a multiple world runner-up in the UIM ABP series, was out to win it. Always impressive with the creativity and variety of his routines, not to mention his excellent crowd interaction, which make him one of the most popular freestylers on the tour. I feel so good. I feel so free. Mariani did not disappoint, producing a very solid repertoire of 520s, 360s, barrel rolls, and backflip combos that earned a solid round of applause, top points so far. But there was one man left, Rashid Al Mullah. The 4-time and defending world champion hasn't lost a single moto he's been in over the last 4 years, and once he got his show underway, it wasn't hard to see why. The power of his ski was outstanding, enabling him to do tricks others couldn't do, giving him the air and the time he needed to put all his talent on show and go for moves that nobody else dares go for. The air he gets from that engine is like no other, and he looks like he could do backflip and 360 combos all day. All you could do was sit back, get comfy, and Watch, learn, and enjoy as he won yet again.
It's true. I feel so good. I feel so free. It's a brand new me. It's a brand new me. I feel so good. I feel so free. It's a brand new me. It's a brand new me. Brand new me. And it feels so good. Brand new me. And it feels so good.
I feel good since we fixed the ski and we got the problem away from the ski, but we keep working and the ski will make it better to make very good show, as usual, you know.
The overall results, Rashid Al Mullah wins another 2 motos and adds an 11th Grand Prix title in a row to his trophy collection, kicking the season off with 50 points. Roberto Mariani, runner-up, and Alberto Camerlengo, third.
I feel so free. It's a brand new me. It's a brand new me. I feel so good. I feel so free. It's a brand new me. It's a brand new me.
Along with the Runabout GP1 category in San Antonio de Portmany was also the Runabout GP2, GP4, and Runabout GP4 ladies categories, with male and female riders competing over 3 motos in each division in Ibiza. In the Runabout GP2, Estonian ace Matthias Seeman was runner-up to Linus Lindberg of Sweden in the first 3 motos, but Seeman was able to beat the Swede in the next 2 motos for the overall GP2 win. Lindberg runner-up and Ruben Jimenez of Spain third. In Moto 1 of the GP4, it was yet another masterful display by Matthias Seeman, the Estonian GP2 champion, leading from start to finish ahead of Spaniard Juan Seville, runner-up, and German Justin Patzner, third. Czech rider Peter Driak took Moto 2 as Seeman struggled to finish 5th, but the Estonian struck back with a masterful display in Moto 3 to beat Driak to the overall GP4 Grand Prix title by just 1 point, with Juan Seville taking the 3rd step of the GP4 podium. In the Runabout GP4 ladies, it was a field of 13 riders and some incredible racing as Italian Ariana Urlo thundered home to the finish line to win Moto 1 ahead of Czech rider Nikola Driakova and another Italian Naomi Benini coming in 3rd. But Urlo was unable to finish the race in Moto 2, the win going to Naomi Benini, with Driakova again runner-up. Moto 3 saw a stunning run and moto win by Clara Mouchamblay of France, but yet another runner-up finish by Driakova ahead of Benini meant the Czech rider took the overall Runabout GP4 ladies title just 1 point ahead of Benini, with Mouchamblay taking bronze. Moto 2, where the Grand Prix of Spain in San Antonio de Portmany would be decided. 25 points up for grabs, and the man in the driver's seat is Moto 1 winner Marcus Jorgensen. Following the parade lap with national flags aflutter, it was time to get down to business with the rolling start. The flag goes up, the race is on. Thundering start by Yusuf Al Abdulrazak on the number 11 ski, pulling ahead of Jorgensen, but the Danish rider has the pole position inside lane advantage. Also good start for Francois Midori, but Jeremy Perez struggling to keep up with the front riders as they head to the hole shots, and Jorgensen is pulled ahead going into the circuit. Behind him is Francois Midori. In the other starting gate, Rasmus Koch Hansen, who came so close to winning Moto 1 but for a missed buoy, powers past Spanish rider Alejandro Molina in this frantic early stage of the race. Jorgensen leads the field into the first parallel split course of Moto 2. Behind him, Francois Midori, who follows Jorgensen into the green track. Over in the blue track is Yusuf Al Abdulrazak, who's trying to slalom his way past Midori and into second. Al Abdulrazak is fast, and he comes out ahead of Midori. What a run from the Kuwaiti, a former world slalom champion, as he takes second and bumps Midori down to third in the opening lap. Drama behind Midori as Samuel Johansson ups the ante and passes defending world champion Jeremy Perez to move up into fourth behind Midori. But it's a great start by Jorgensen out in the lead, and with a handy little gap between him and Al Abdulrazak, but the Dane knows that one slip could cost him, and Al Abdulrazak would be ready to pounce. As the five-time world champion gives chase to the world title hopeful 2012 world champion Francois Midori is in third, Samuel Johansson fourth, Jeremy Perez fifth, multiple moto winner György Kasha of Hungary fifth, and Rasmus Koch Hansen down in seventh. Just behind Alejandro Molina, two riders lock horns for ninth. Lithuanian rider Gediminas Leonis and Kuwaiti Rashid Aldawas, but Leonis has it, moving up into ninth. Out ahead is Marcus Jorgensen. He's proven over the years that he's as fast as any, and he's led many a race against the best riders only to see his hopes dashed through mechanical failure. But he's been running smoothly here in Ibiza, and if he can find the technical consistency he's been seeking, there may be no stopping him. Molina is in trouble. The Spaniard slows and drops from 8th to 16th position as he struggles to continue the race. He finds a gap and he goes back out. Meanwhile, no changes up front as Jorgensen stays focused on the task at hand, knowing he can't afford to give an inch with the caliber of competition giving chase behind. As the gaps close behind Jorgensen and Al Abdulrazak, a three-way battle ensues for third place between Francois Midori, Samuel Johansson, and Jeremy Perez. In the split course, Alejandro Molina regains his rhythm and speed as he quickly makes up for lost ground, slaloming his way from 16th position back up to 12th as he gives chase to Johan Johansson, father of Samuel Johansson, who is in 4th position. Out in the lead, Jorgensen now has the difficult task of making his way through the back markers as he laps Alejandro Molina and tries to negotiate through the field without losing pace and rhythm that could give Al Abdulrazak the chance to pounce. With the laps winding down and the minutes ticking away, Al Abdulrazak continues to give chase, but his 4th place result in Moto 1 means he would not just have to beat the Dane here, but also see him lose position to two other riders if Al Abdulrazak wants to take the Grand Prix title, which does not look likely for now. Jorgensen has trouble getting through the back markers, losing precious momentum, and that brings Al Abdulrazak closer to Jorgensen as we can see the gap closing, but with Jorgensen still holding on to the lead, racing focused and tight. Meanwhile, Molina continues to give chase to Johan Johansson. The big Swede falters and Molina pounces just as they enter the parallel split course, Molina moving back up to 11th in front of the Spanish crowds that cheer him on. The final lap, the last stretch, and Marcus Jorgensen does it! The Danish rider takes a start-to-finish win in Moto 2 for a clean sweep in San Antonio de Portmany. Jorgensen is the Grand Prix of Spain champion. Runner-up in Moto 2 is Yusuf Al Abdulrazak with Francois Midori 3rd, Samuel Johansson 4th, Jeremy Perez 5th, and then György Kasha 6th, Rasmus Koch Hansen 7th, another Spaniard, Ruben Jimenez 8th, with Lino Araujo and Rashid Aldawas completing the top 10.
It feels amazing. I made a clean weekend, you know, was fastest in practice, fastest in Q1, fastest Q2, win Moto 1, win Moto 2 here. I was tired after Moto 1 yesterday. We tried a new setup which was working really good, but a little bit too aggressive, so my arms was totally done. So I went into this moto and know I should go all in the whole shot, because if I had the whole shot, I know I can control the other guys. So I made it easy for myself to make the whole shot and just controlling the race.
The Grand Prix of Spain overall results, Jorgensen with gold and 50 points to lead the 2022 title race. Yusuf Al Abdulrazak takes the runner-up position over Samuel Johansson 3rd, as Moto 2 results take precedence despite the two having equal points.
Practice perfected. Playtime expected. Fell from the bottom, came from nada. Never have I melted, snapping like piranha. The L is for legendary, the E is elevation, and G is for greatness, growth into a genius. The E is for endurance, essential to excellent. The N is for never giving up and never settling. The D is dynamic, devotion to the dream. I'm a legend living the.
And that brings to a close round one of the 2022 UIM ABP AquaBike World Championship in San Antonio de Portmani. See you in round two.
I'm a legend living the living legend supreme. I'm a legend living the living legend supreme. I'm a